Why is it called opossum? The word opossum is first recorded in the early 1600s. It comes from a Virginia Algonquin word that is transcribed into English as apossum, opossum, and other similar spellings. This word translates to white beast or white dog and likely refers to the Virginia opossum's white foo. These animals are most famous for playing possum. When threatened by dogs, foxes, or bobcats, possums sometimes flop onto their sides and lie on the ground with their eyes closed or staring fixedly into space. They extend their tongues and generally appear to be dead. Wild animals have various defense mechanisms, and the opossum is the oddest. They play dead to avoid confrontations with predators. It is a common thing that possums do whenever they feel cornered. Many people don't know that this animal is not playing dead. This involuntary response to a stressful situation causes the opossum to go into shock. The opossum has no control whatsoever over this reaction. When an opossum comes face to face with a predator, it faints or flops to the ground. This is what people call playing dead. The fear that comes with the prospect of having to confront a predator makes it go limp. They can lay there in a comatose state for a time ranging from 40 minutes to 4 hours while staring blankly ahead or with their eyes half closed. The amount of time possums plays dead depends on the danger that confronted them. If the stress is too much, it might stay in that state for extended periods. While in the catatonic state, an opossum's body goes limp. The front feet form into balls, and drool may even run out of its mouth. It almost appears as if rigor mortis has already begun. Is this mechanism effective? Playing dead is not only impressive but also practical. Possums are not well adapted to fleeing or fighting off other animals. They move slowly, making it very easy for potential predators to catch up to them. Furthermore, they have friendly personalities and would instead not fight. This is why possums need effective mechanisms to survive in the wild. The fact that they mimic death is off-putting to predators. Many predators prefer live prey and rarely go after a dead opossum. They will sniff or move it around and afterward leave it alone. When touched or attacked while in this state, the opossum doesn't flinch. This is because its entire body is limp, so it does not feel any pain. In this case, the automatic response of these mammals truly saves their lives. Female opossum with babies on her back. This is one of the things that possums are well known for. A group of baby possums clinging to the back of the mother opossum. This kind of thing is common at this time of year, mid-April, because the female possums have their young in the late winter and early spring, and by this point, the young are grown to a size large enough to spend most of their time outside of the pouch and clinging directly to the back of their mother. It's actually an interesting game of survival. The female opossum has 13 nipples. So at the very beginning, there's competition to get a nipple. Babies are born, usually more than 13 of them, at a very tiny size, like a kidney bean. They find a nipple and stay put, but those that don't find a nipple die. Then they grow, and they crowd each other. There's less and less space to hang on as the young grow larger, so some of them get shoved off, and have to fend for themselves. Many of these little possums are very small and not yet ready, and they will likely not survive, as they fall prey to predators. Possums are incredibly agile. However, possums are world-class tree climbers, with sharp claws, opposable thumbs on their hind feet, and a prehensile tail that helps them scale trunks and hang onto branches. In fact, possums love trees so much that they often nest in tree hollows. They have a superpower. Possums aren't superheroes like Batman and Spider-Man, but they do have something of a superpower that's beneficial to their survival. That playing dead act is legit. They are North America's only marsupial. They're tick-eating machines. Can a chimpanzee count? The math skills of chimps are even more impressive. When Ohio State University professor Sally Boysen taught chimps to count, she discovered that they eventually figured out how to add and subtract on their own. What is chimpanzee IQ? A variety of cognitive research on chimpanzees places their estimated IQ between 20 and 25, around the average for a human toddler whose brain is still developing the ability to use various cognitive abilities. This is not to say that chimpanzees are not intelligent animals. Can chimpanzees do math? Animal mathematical skills. Numerical abilities have been identified in many different species, most prominently chimpanzees. Some of these capabilities demonstrate that the animals understand the underlying connections between different words and labels. And chimpanzees add and subtract. Maths was therefore long thought an ability unique to humans, but in recent years experiments have shown the skill is found across the animal kingdom. Chimpanzees, parrots and pigeons are just some of the creatures that have demonstrated the capacity to add and subtract. The implications of these language studies have been contested, however. Critics charge that apes have not acquired true language in the sense of understanding words as abstract symbols that can be combined in meaningful new ways. Other investigators maintain that more recent language training has resulted in the chimpanzees acquiring a true recognition of words as abstractions that can be applied in novel contexts. Chimpanzee tool use. Various tools are used in several contexts. Chimpanzees fish for termites and ants with probes made of grass stalks, vines, branches, peeled bark, and midribs of leaves. They crack hard nuts open by using stones, roots, and wood as hammers or anvils, and they use leafy sponges, a handful of folded leaves or moss, to drink water. Branches and leaves are detached and displayed during courtship. In threat displays, chimps throw rocks and drag and throw branches. Sticks are used to inspect dead pythons or other unfamiliar objects that might be dangerous. Leaves are used hygienically in wiping the mouth or other soiled body parts. Chimpanzees also use different tools in succession as a tool set. For example, chimpanzees of the Congo Basin first dig into termite mounds with a stout stick and then fish for individual termites with a long, slender wand. Tools are also used in combination as tool composites. Chimpanzees in the Guinea region push leafy sponges into hollows of trees containing water and then withdraw the wet sponges by using sticks. Chimps thus differ locally in their repertoire of tool use, with younger animals acquiring tool-using behaviors from their elders. Such cultural differences are also seen in food items consumed and in gestural communication. Chimpanzees indeed possess culture, and it is defined as the transmission of information from generation to generation via social learning shared by most members of a single age or sex class in a given group. Chimpanzee vocalization. Communication between chimps in the wild takes the form of facial expressions, gestures, and a large array of vocalizations, including screams, hoots, grunts, and roars. Males display excitement by standing erect, stamping or swaying, and letting out a chorus of screams. Chimps use louder calls and gestures for long-distance communication, such as drumming on tree buttresses, and quieter calls and facial expressions for short-distance communication. Similarities to human laughter and smiling might be seen in their play panting and grinning, respectively. Foxes are great nighttime predators. Their eyes are specially adapted to be able to see in the dark. Behind the light-sensitive cells lies another layer called the tapetum lucidum, which reflects light back through the eye. This doubles the intensity of what the fox can see, making them excellent at catching prey. Foxes are great nighttime predators because their eyes are specially adapted to night vision. Behind the light-sensitive cells lies another layer called the tapetum lucidum, which reflects light back through the eye. This doubles the intensity of images received by the fox. Hay are intelligent predators with extremely sharp senses of sight, smell, and hearing. A fox can hear a mouse squeal from about 150 feet. Foxes can make over 40 different sounds. If you've ever heard those scream-like howls, you will probably know the type of sounds we are talking about. Foxes can make a variation of screams, barks, and howls that can range from high-pitched tones to lower tones to communicate different things.
Dixie. Dixie, do.
Foxes make use of the Earth's magnetic field to hunt. Researchers have found that foxes are the first animals in the world to use the Earth's magnetic fields to judge the distance and direction of their prey. They can use this to their advantage when hunting for small animals located in high grass. Foxes are the most recent of Earth's animals suspected of utilizing Earth's magnetic field as part of their everyday functioning. Foxes that are hunting small animals in high grass or deep snow might be using the magnetic field to launch a successful attack against prey. Why can baby foxes see the Earth's magnetic field? It is thought there is a protein in their eyes that causes a shadow when they are in the correct alignment with the Earth's magnetic field. When they align to the north, they successfully pounce on their prey 74% of the time. Common tailor bird. The common tailorbird, Orthodamus sartorius, is a songbird found across tropical Asia. It is a common resident in urban gardens. Although shy birds that are usually hidden within vegetation, their loud calls are familiar and give away their presence. They are distinctive in having a long upright tail, greenish upper body plumage and rust-colored forehead and crown. This passerine bird is typically found in open farmland, scrub, forest edges and gardens. Tailorbirds get their name from the way their nest is constructed. The edges of a large leaf are pierced and sewn together with plant fiber or spider silk to make a cradle in which the actual nest is built. Punjab tailor birds produce shiny red eggs, but became extinct around 1975 due to laying their eggs in fields used to grow fodder. Why are they called tailorbird? Tail. Orbirds get their name from the way their nest is constructed. The edges of a large leaf are pierced and sewn together with plant fiber or spider silk to make a cradle in which the actual nest is built. The bird can use two leaves to make the nest or a single leaf with its edges riveted together. The bird uses different techniques like riveting, sewing, matting, and lacing to bring the edges of the leaves. Tailorbirds often use fibers that pass through the punctures in the form of sewing. Who eats common tailor bird? The incubation period is about 12 days. Both male and female feed the young. Mortality of eggs and chicks is owl 360. Tease a misconception that owls can turn their necks 360 degrees. The accurate measure is 135 degrees in either direction from facing forward, which is 270 total degrees of movement. Not 360, but certainly nothing to scoff at. This ability is important for the owl because of the immobility of its eyes, and the creature has a number of anatomical adaptations that make it possible. First, owls have 14 vertebrae in their necks, double the number for the average bird. They also have alternative blood vessels routing blood to the head and blood pooling systems to keep blood circulating to and from the brain when neck movements cut off circulation. Finally, owls have air-cushioned vessel casings so they don't rupture any blood vessels when snapping their necks around so dramatically and quickly. Their ears are wonky but effective. Owls may have amazing eyes, but it's their ears that do the real work when hunting. And it's their apparent imperfections that make them so effective. Many species of owl have ears that are